Mom, how did you learn to speak English?
Oh, that's a good question. I learned English when I was about your age, but it wasn't easy at first.
Yeah, it took a lot of practice. Your mom didn't speak much English when we first met.
Really? But you speak English really well now.
Thank you. Yes, at the beginning, I only knew a few words like hello and thank you. But I had to learn more to understand everything.
When we moved here, I used to help your mom with new words. We would practice every day after work.
So, you taught her English, Dad?
Well, I helped, but your mom was very dedicated. She worked hard to learn. She even watched movies in English and tried to repeat the words.
That's right. I watched cartoons and listened to songs. It helped me get used to the words of the language. I remember I was so nervous when I had to speak to people in English. But I kept trying.
That's awesome. Was it hard?
Yes, it was hard at first. Sometimes I didn't understand everything, and people spoke really fast. But little by little, I started understanding more.
I remember when we went to the store and your mom would have to ask for things in English. She was shy, but she did it.
I was nervous at first, but I knew I had to practice. I started using simple sentences like, where is the milk? Or how much is this? And every time I made a mistake, I just tried to learn from it.
Wow, that sounds tough, but you did it.
Yes, it took time, but it was worth it. Now I feel comfortable speaking English. I also read books and talk to people to keep improving.
And now you help me with my English too. Sometimes I forget words, and you remind me.
That's cool. So, Mom, what advice would you give me if I wanted to learn another language?
I'd say the most important thing is not to be afraid of making mistakes. It's okay to mess up. The more you practice, the better you will get.
And don't forget, it's fun. Learning a language opens up so many doors. You can talk to more people, understand movies and songs, and even travel.
That sounds awesome. Maybe I'll start learning another language too.
That's the spirit. I'm sure you can do it.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Stop it, Jeffrey.
I'm just giving her option.
Shep, stop. I mean, stop.
Good boy.
Shep.
Good boy. Mom, have you ever had to do something hard in English?
Oh, yes. I remember the first time I had to do a job interview in English. That was really scary.
It was. You were so nervous, but I knew you could do it.
Well, before the interview, I practiced a lot. I looked up common interview questions online and tried to answer them in English. I also wrote down some phrases that might help me, like, I am a hard worker, or I have experience in customer service.
I remember helping her practice. We would take turns asking questions, and she would answer them. Sometimes I pretended to be the interviewer, and I tried to ask tough questions to help her get ready. Please hit like and subscribe if you're still here. Thank you so much for playing along for.
Did you understand everything they said at the interview?
Not everything at first. The interviewer spoke quickly, and sometimes I didn't catch every word. But I stayed calm and listened carefully. When I didn't understand something, I asked them to repeat it or explain it. They were very patient.
I think that was key. Asking questions when you didn't understand helped a lot. You didn't just try to guess what they were saying. You asked for help.
And the most important thing is that I believed in myself. I knew I had the skills, and even if my English wasn't perfect, I could still do the job. So I just kept going.
That sounds really brave. Did they hire you?
No.
Slow motion. That sounds really brave. Did they hire you?
Yes, they did. I was so happy when I got the call. It felt like all my hard work paid off.
And after that, you kept improving. You did more interviews in English, and each time you got a little more confident.
Yes, every time was a learning experience. Even though I made some mistakes, I never gave up. Each interview helped me get better at speaking and understanding English.
That's amazing, Mom. Now you can do anything in English?
Well, I wouldn't say anything, but I'm much more confident now. I think it's important to always challenge yourself and keep learning. Even if it's scary at first, you can do it if you keep trying.
That's right. And now, look at you. You're always ready for a challenge.
I'm going to remember that. I want to keep learning too.
I'm so proud of you. Keep going and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we all learn.